everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if we haven't met before, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys some productive tips as well as just see how I organize things in my life, how I organize my day. I'm not in college yet, but I am soon to be attending college in the fall, so just to kind of have this ready and kind of have a plan to how I plan out things in my day, from scholarships to YouTube. So I'll take you along for that ride. And so the first thing I would like to start off by showing you guys is so important if you're going to be planning out things. I think you guys kind of already know what I'm fixing to say. A planner. Like, it's a must-have, obviously. So this planner is from Blue Sky. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will, then you probably have seen me post about this. But I got this from Target, but it's Blue Sky Planner. I've been using their planners for like 2 years now, and I absolutely love their planners. They're so cute. They have some that have like stickers on it. This one does not, but there's different ones. This one is a weekly and monthly calendar. So this one is starting in January. So it has like the weeks and days, and obviously I haven't started planning yet because we're not in January yet. So this is my new one. I have an old one, so I'm kind of work off of both just to kind of help me keep things organized. So currently in this planner, I'm recording things like scholarship, due dates, and start dates, and I'm recording filming days and just like when to upload and like kind of plan out my videos for YouTube. So really, of course, one of the main things is definitely a planner, because this has been such a lifesaver for me in trying to keep things organized. I know a lot of people use their phone. I use my phone sometimes in doing this. I use like the Google Calendar. I think it's just Google Calendar. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, it's the Google Calendar, and I use that mostly. Basically, it's like a second kind of thing. I basically put whatever I put like on my other planner. I try to use like from like whatever my daily things are, like my work schedule, things like that. I try to put it on my phone so that way I can have everything kind of like, so if I'm like not having my planner always with me, I can see, oh, I need to be doing this now, or if I'm on my phone looking, going through Instagram or whatever, and then I see a notification like, hey, you need to work out, or hey, you need to go research for some scholarships. That kind of helps me remember to do that even when I don't have my planner with me. So I like to keep it kind of on both my phone and on an actual planner. So I'm going to start by kind of showing you guys how I plan for my day. So as you can see, I've highlighted certain things. So the pink is like the things I have to get done in that day, like I have to get that done. The stuff that is in yellow is usually like kind of like the second thing. Now I know you see Bible and worship, but I usually get that done in the morning, so that's pretty much a must for me. I usually have already done that, so that's just usually what I do with that. My workout is, though it is important, not always first priority. And as you can see from my monthly side, I just put things down like deciding on a new YouTube video, and I highlighted Thanksgiving. I also put and highlight my work times for my schedule. I have some notes which I don't on this month, but maybe for like any company I want to sponsor with. And I tend to put like 1 week. So this says the 1 week before my scholarship is supposed to be due, and I try to put that down a week in advance. And as you can see, I also kind of put a lot of the same things on that, like Christmas shopping, my film day, which is today, and also kind of put down my order sometimes, and just sometimes copy a bunch of things over. I also have when I put down when I'm going to upload my videos, or when they're supposed to be uploaded, and like I said earlier, sponsorships or just any notes that I might want to add to my planner. And this is also, I also have to put the deadline, like I said earlier in this video. It's so important. Guys. So when it comes to planning for scholarships, for those of you who are watching this who are high school seniors, or maybe you're in college trying to find scholarships that you can reapply for, or new ones to apply for that will help you through your journey through college, or like I said, or if you're in high school wanting to get scholarships for college, it is so important. Like, I can't stress enough, y'all, how important it is to plan that ahead, because so many times, like, I will have like written out a scholarship or something and be like, okay, I want to do this, and then I forgot to write when it was due, and then next thing I know, it was due like last week, and I totally forgot all about it, and I missed that opportunity to apply. So it is so important to write down when the start date is, unless it's already started by the time you found it, but it's so important to write when the start date is and when the due date is, because especially the due date, because if you don't write down when the due date is, like I said, there was a scholarship I was going to apply for, and I kind of had the idea a little bit for what I was going to do. It was something to do with like making a video, and I kind of had an idea of what I was going to do, and then I realized that it had already ended. So thankfully I didn't get too involved in that work, and to where it was like, you know. So that was good. But that's why it's so important to start writing those down. If you're looking for some, look for a bunch, and then just write them again on your planner. And I started doing my scholarship day dates on this one because it's my new one, and I can go to January and February and write all this down. So you don't really want it like on two different planners. If you haven't already gotten your planner for 2021, you need to go do that, and I definitely recommend getting Blue Sky planners. Side note, this is not affiliate or sponsored or anything. This is just because I love it. So we get a planner and really start planning this out, because it is so important. You do not want to miss those scholarship due dates, so that you can get all those chances you can to make it through college debt-free.
So right now I'm about to work on my emails, because my emails have like some emails that I have not looked at, some that are probably like a couple years old. So I have been trying to go through and delete some emails, because like I said, it's been really bad. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I have different folders that I use to kind of move those along so that I can keep it organized. Anything I want to save, anything I want to delete, I go ahead and delete it, and then when I'm through, I just go into the trash and delete all of it.
Alright guys, so you've gotten a little bit of a sneak peek on how I organize things, how I organize my day, how I organize for scholarships, and how I organize for YouTube, and how I've been working on organizing my email. So now I'm going to give you guys some productive tips, or productivity tips, however you want to call that. And so I'm going to show you guys some tips that I use personally that help me to kind of stay more motivated to be productive, because some days I wake up and I'm like, I am so ready to like get on with this day. I'm going to get stuff done, and sometimes I get everything done on my list. Other days I get maybe at the most 3 things done. But I'm going to give you guys some tips that I try to use that helps me to kind of stay more motivated to get things done. So let's get into that. Okay guys, so one of the things that I absolutely love doing with my planners that kind of makes it fun, and therefore it helps motivate me, is color coding. I'm one of those girls who has a lot of different color pens. These pens right here though, these 3, are the Papermate Inkjoy gels. I absolutely love these. You would think gel kind of blots up, but these actually don't. Like, I'm actually really surprised. Like, I have one ink pen. It's somewhere over there. But it is, in fact, you know what? I'll just go grab that for you. So this pen right here, this is not a gel pen, but it is the Bic, I think you call it, Bic Atlantis. Like, if you can see that. And I absolutely loved these pens. Okay, notice I said loved with the D at the end. Loved, like, in the past. Because this will probably even be the last time I get these pens. I did like these. I used these like probably 3 or 4 years ago for an art class, and I really liked them. I was having to do like an art journal and everything, and these were the pens that we started using, and I really liked them. But over like the last maybe year or so, they have become really blotsy. Blotsy? That's not a word. I don't think. Anyways, a lot of blots on the paper. But you can't notice it really probably now. But sometimes I'll be writing something and then this huge blob of ink just goes everywhere. And I used to like these pens because they didn't do that, and now they've kind of started doing that. So I don't really like these pens anymore, so I wouldn't really recommend these anymore. But they were really good pens like a year or so ago. But they did something. Anyways, it's not as good as it used to be. But I do like these pens. These pens are really good. I need more colors in these pens. I only have these 3 right here. But I use these, as you kind of could tell, in my journal. How I kind of, or not my journal, my planner. How I kind of use them to like color code. So like the orange right here kind of helps me to, so when I see orange, I'm like, okay, there's a YouTube video that's supposed to be uploaded. So, and then it's in purple. I use my YouTube in purple ink. And I kind of use, if you look at my other, my old planner, which is still not really old because this is a year, but my oldest planner. Like you can kind of see how I kind of color code. Well, this is with my like Sharpie, or not Sharpie, highlighter. But I really like color coding things. How I usually do it, like right here, you can kind of see is like my work. So I actually do on here. I do put that in orange because I only have so many highlighters. But I do put usually I highlight that in orange for like when I have to go to work. And then pink is usually like the thing like, okay, I have to get this done. And then the yellow is like kind of like second, like okay, like, or you know, it's like, okay, like this is like really, it's got to be done today. And then that way I can say, okay, like if I, like, depending on time wise, if I'm like, okay, well, I left work a little bit late, I was running late or whatever, and I don't have as much time as I thought I did, I have to get like these 3 or however many are highlighted in pink, I have to get that done. So it kind of helps me not be overloaded and be like, oh, I have to get like all this stuff done. It kind of helps me pinpoint kind of things of like, okay, I gotta at least get this done and this done. So, you know, it's things like that. But I do really like it. I feel like that kind of helps me and helps motivate me so much. It's by using color pens. I use these highlighters. I have it in yellow, pink, and orange, and blue. I don't use the blue. This is the blue. I don't use the blue because it's just too dark. Like, I can't see anything through it. So, I don't ever use the blue. But if you can get it to show, I use a different ink pen that gets it to show through. But for me, it's too dark, and I can't do it. But I usually use these 3, as you saw. These are the highlighters that I use in highlighting on my journal and my planner. Why do I keep saying journal? In my planner. And I absolutely, like I said, I love using these highlighters. I've had these highlighters for a long time, and they're still working. So I absolutely, I said Sharpie, but they're Sharpie. They're actually Sharpie highlighters, so. That's right, look at that. Also, another important topic that I really want to bring up is to be flexible. So I know I've talked a lot about, you know, planning out your day, doing this, doing that, but it really is so important to kind of be flexible. Like, don't fill yourself up with so many activities, so many things you have to get done, that if some little thing is supposed to come up, it would just throw your whole day off, and it would just be like, what? And it's hard for me to do, especially because if you're like me and you're like a control freak, like I am, it can be so hard to really put yourself in that mindset of just being flexible. But it is so important because not only does it help you by keeping your stress down, you don't feel like you're on this like, I gotta do this. It is very easy to kind of become like that. Because like I said, if you're like me, and a control freak, it's extremely difficult because you kind of want to plan everything out to how your day is supposed to be. But it is really important to kind of leave some extra space sometimes in there. And hey, you might end up, if you left a little space for something and, you know, nothing happened or whatever, you can just keep going and, you know, you can be early or whatever and getting stuff done. But it's just important to, if something would have come up, you wouldn't feel like all this extra stress, like, oh no, I'm supposed to get this done. And that can still happen, just with being flexible. But it is honestly so much better when you're when you're not like super stressed about it, and to kind of put just different things. That's why it's important to do due dates and start dates, so that way you're not cramped and you kind of like, okay, I can kind of spread this out over this many days, and that way you're not super stressed and like, oh my goodness, I have to get this paper done in like 24 hours, and you know, it's due like tomorrow, and I was supposed to have been working on it like for a whole week or whatever, and I haven't finished it. So to kind of plan that out from when you start to when it's due, so that you can kind of have that time of working on that. So again, being flexible is really important when it comes to this. And in addition to that, it is really, like, and some people might would disagree. I mean, I guess, like I said, these tips are kind of tips that I use that help me. But one thing is to wake up early. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. This is not easy for me. Even now, I've been trying to do this for like over a year. And try to wake up early. I have my alarm set to 6 o'clock, and I'm to wake up so I can get my Bible reading done, maybe even a workout before the rest of my family wakes up at like 7. So it kind of gives me an hour to read my Bible while it's quiet, because like after everyone wakes up, you get busy, you do this, or people are bothering you, they have the TV on or whatever, and then it's like really hard to focus. And because you're like also thinking, okay, well, I gotta get this done and I gotta get this done, because your mind's kind of like awake. And it's really difficult to really be able to do that. But I have found it is so important to really kind of wake up early, because not only does it honestly help you get a good start to your day, it also helps you with just like getting stuff done and being productive, because you wake up early, so you don't feel like, okay, I've got to hurry up. Because I know that's how I am whenever I wake up late at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Sometimes I'll be like, oh my goodness, like half a day's gone, I haven't done anything. And that used to not bother me, because I would be like such a night owl. I would always like staying up late at night and then getting up late in the morning. But I've tried to help myself, again, be more productive and get things done, not feel like super rushed. I do try to get up early so that way I can have quality time with God in the morning, do a workout to kind of get my mind awake, and have a good start to my day. So it's really, like I said, I know it's hard, because even like today, I set my alarm for 6 o'clock and I didn't get up because I didn't go to bed last night until almost midnight. So, because like I said, I'm still a night owl, but I'm trying to, kind of wake up early more, so that I don't feel rushed in reading my Bible, and I can have that time to really just kind of like focus and kind of like not feel rushed, and be like, okay, and I can say like at lunchtime, I can be like, oh look, I've gotten like all this stuff done, because I woke up early instead of waking up at 9 and then eating lunch like 3 hours later, and you haven't gotten anything done. So that, honestly, like I said, for me, that's very important in being productive and getting things done. So the last two things, I have two more points I'm going to cover for being productive. So I really want to cover that is really, it's really important. Well, this is kind of, I don't know, this kind of depends on your personality, I guess, and kind of like how you function. So I will show you guys an example of what I'm about to say. So this started first time I got quarantined, and I wanted to stay productive, and I was like, I don't want to be just like super lazy, so I don't go crazy, because if I don't do anything, I'm going to go crazy. Being stuck in my room for 2 weeks. So I started writing down, when I would do my to-do list, I started writing down times to do things. So one example is right here. Let me see. Nothing personal. So I started writing times. So I would write it in green. So I'd have like the highlights, and I'd write the times in green. I didn't usually write it for this one because, like I said, I tried to wake up early and all to read that. So, that was like, I'm going to do that one way or another. It's going to come first. And then I would kind of do, right, finish a YouTube video or whatever, and I would put the times down for when I'm going to do that. So that I could, say, okay, I got this much time, and at this time I'm going to do this and this and this, which also helped me in doing my Google Calendar on my phone, like I mentioned earlier in this video, because that way I would put the times in there. I just copy whatever was on here, put it in my Google Calendar, and then I was on my phone or whatever, I would hear a notification of when to do my next thing. So I didn't always follow it. There's sometimes I'm like, I get distracted or whatever and don't do it. But this actually really helped me a lot in quarantine. Now for some people, and I can kind of be this way too with it, I can get really stressed. And in a way, it's almost like the opposite of being flexible. But like I said, as long as you kind of just leave maybe extra time or whatever, so you're not like don't pack your whole day full of stuff. Like, especially your nighttime, I would say after like maybe 5 o'clock, maybe 6, depending on your routine, I would like kind of stop working on that. Spend time with your family, really, focus on like, your own well-being, and kind of give your mind a break before you go to bed, off the screens, and just really kind of have that time to read a book, which kind of takes me into my last point of taking breaks. So it's so important because, again, like I said, I can be this way. There's some days I'm just like want to read, like do everything, just work, and I don't really think about taking breaks. But on a good day like this, where it's nice and sunny, I would honestly advise go take a walk. Like, it's a good day to just go out, take a walk, and yeah, like do like for me, like, depends where you live. I live in a neighborhood, so I can just walk my neighborhood, and it's about a mile. So sometimes I'll walk that. Sometimes I'll do mix like walking and running. And maybe take your dog with you, or if you have a pet or whatever, and just or just go by yourself or with a friend and just kind of take some time to kind of get away from all the noise and just really kind of focus on getting your mind out. Being in nature can help with that, and or just take time to read a book.
Taking time to read a book is just a good idea to help you get your mind off of your work. And of course, if you've been doing a lot of reading on the computer, reading a book might not be what you want to do to take a break, but for some it might. So once again, it just depends on you.
But just kind of take a break from it. Do something that you enjoy, whether it's just, maybe lighting a candle, grabbing you a cup of coffee, whatever that may be. Just take some time to get away from all the noise, and you will be surprised how you will be more energized and more motivated to stay productive and ultimately get things done. Alright guys, so that is it for my Organize With Me plus productivity tips. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And hit the notification bell, and also hit the subscribe button. And then hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of when I upload more videos in the future. My plan is to upload videos every Friday at like around 3 o'clock. So just be prepared for that. And yes, like I said, if you like this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good week.